Good morning. It's the 18th of October. Sunday parade is here yet again. Wow, didn't that week went really quickly. For me personally, I've not been spending an awful lot of time at the bench because my wife has controlled the heating and it's been cold now, so I haven't been in. And a lot of other reasons, but yeah. I hope you're all well on this Sunday morning. Set for another exciting day of loads of people on your YouTube channel for your delights. We've got 13 people and 14 people watching right now. So thank you for taking the time to be with us. It's going to be a relatively short show today. Unfortunately, I've been called into work. So don't normally work Sundays. That's why I normally do the live stream, because I know I'm always off. But hey, there you go. So I can give you a bit of progress on said HMS Baldock and my little figure here as well, which we'll get to in a minute. But like I say, I've not been doing an awful lot. So a couple of things need to go through, but we'll go through those in a moment. For those of you who don't know, the Saturday Crash was on last night. You can go over to Carl Smith's YouTube channel, Making Models, and it will be in there for your delights. It is linked to my channel as well, so if you scroll down to the Saturday Crash, you will see all the shenanigans in which myself, Carl, Steve and Lewis and Nat get up to on a Saturday evening. If you've not been with us before, it's on at 8 o'clock, and come and join us, because it's a bit of a laugh and a joke. Nothing too serious. We don't do serious. Let's head over to the chat, see who's in. So first in the house is Lewis, saying morning everyone. Morning, Lewis. Myself, obviously. He beat me to my own channel. And Nat is not feeling very well, saying good morning, Nat. I hope Lucy's gonna absolutely dote over you all day and run around making you cups of coffee and Lemsip and all that sort of stuff, and hope you feel better soon. Mark's modelling ramblings, off we go again. Yep, and we're off. And then everyone said hello to everybody. Hello. Malcolm's in the house. And morning, folks. Morning, Malcolm. Fresh off the Models for Heroes Modelers Mass YouTube Sunday with these thingies that he likes people to ask. He likes asking people what his thingies are. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but you can tune in on that. Obviously, Models for Heroes is a charity based around the veterans and serving and service personnel who have issues around mental health, and they use the modelling to keep that stuff under control. But if you don't know very much about it, I will be plugging it quite a lot through today. But head over to modelsforheroes.org, subscribe to their YouTube channel, which is Models for Heroes, and get involved. You can make donations, you can buy some merchandising stuff, you can get involved in all sorts of stuff going on, but we'll come back to that later on. Mark's just asking Malcolm, did you say only Sunday show are for everyone? Yes, so every Sunday there is a show for anyone, and during the week they do some hangouts aimed at the end user of the charity as well as volunteers, and they aren't public, they are within that community. So yes, you're quite right, but please support them and get involved. And if you can get over to the Facebook page, go and join in, because I know as a volunteer myself, and Malcolm, etc., we love the support of everybody, and maybe your techniques and modelling stories and woes you can share on that Facebook group and help the veterans and end users of the charity to improve their modelling skills. So I was just testing Facebook to make sure it was working. Of course it is. Lovely jubbly. We have got Johnny Burton in the house. Johnny saying hi, guys. Hi, Johnny. Hope you're well. He's one of our admins on the Models for Heroes. Not Models for Heroes, for the modelers. Model officers mess. There's too many modelers and messes, and gets confusing. But yeah, he's one of our great admins. Does sterling work. Skullfish is in the house. So morning, chaps. Morning. How are you? Hope you're well. Thomas Charles in the house. I won't be allowed to come out and play, sadly. I have a deadline to finish a TV script by Wednesday. I'm very much behind. Have fun, everyone. It's nice that you popped in to say hello, Thomas. So thank you for that. Good luck with your work. And yeah, if you've got a deadline, concentrate on that deadline, mate. Mark saying morning again. Morning again. Dave Skelly in house saying good morning all. Morning, Dave. Hope you're well. And I'm now jumped. I have now officially jumped. We've got Facebook users saying good afternoon, which would be Eric. Eric, remind me where you're from. I can't remember. He's over there somewhere. That's where he is. We've got another Facebook user saying greetings, and Cat TD saying greetings. Lewis just saying there, James, don't give Nat any ideas. She's only looking for sympathy, and you should be giving maximum amounts of sympathy today. I'm so pleased that you stood up and gone to show her how to make a Sunday roast this morning. Oh, no, you haven't, have you? Anyway, those of you that are over in Facebook land, just be aware that when you click on the link to do this, you can give permission for your name to show up on StreamYard. And that way, I don't have to keep looking at two screens, but also everyone else can see who it is. So, yeah, there you go. Our Facebook user is... Oh, that's right. Eric's in Germany. Of course you are. Yes. I'm not going to pronounce your surname because I always manage to make a right pig's ear of it. Facebook users saying, listening while working on a different project today, a 1-to-1 scale apple pie. So lucky, honestly. Skullfish reminding Nat to get Lewis to put a kettle on for you. Absolutely. And she's just saying, so lucky. Yeah, you would be. Ian Douthwaite's in the house. Nice to see you, Ian. Glad to see you last night, and the treatment's going on well for you. Nice to see you popping about. Some cracking models. Talking of models, what a segue. Just remember that the Model Officers Mess, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we put a post up asking you to show us what's on the bench, what you're working on. So share your work and your progress as per usual. And remember, if you can, pop in there exactly what you're working on, so the kit and the scale, etc. It saves a few questions, but also remember your work inspires everybody else to have a go at stuff too. So the more information you do with the kits, your tips of how you manage a certain thing, that all helps too. So pop as much information into that as possible, and it's always good to catch up on those sort of things. Eric is just saying that he's 1 hour ahead GMT, so it's afternoon here. Indeed it is, yes. Yeah, not far behind you, just that hour. Where else are we? Mark's just saying to Nat, wait until Lewis has man flu. Yeah, you can give it back to him then. Indeed. Steve's in the house, Totally Scale Models, saying good morning. Morning, Steve. Hope you're well. And Eric, they're trying to still teach me to do his surname. I'm going to give it a go, and I'm really sorry. Zan Brewer. Zan Brewer. How about that? Is that anywhere close? Doubt it. I'm really bad at that sort of thing. And Bob Ross Models saying good morning or good morning. Hope you're well. So there's 18 people watching. I'm sure there's less than 18 people in the chat there, but I might be wrong. But if you haven't said already, just say hello. And why don't you take a moment and tell us what's on your bench right now, so we can be up to date with what your plans are for today. Obviously, we've had someone with an apple pie, but we're not going to talk about apple pie. But that gives me a good segue to what comes on after me, which is Dave and Colin with the Sunday brunch, looking through the work, and I just noticed in that Eric's no, I didn't do it right. Saying Brewer. Do you know, I just can't do phonetical things. I really can't. But anyway, Eric. I'll go with Eric because it's safe. Yeah, so Sunday's obviously a packed day. There's lots of other things going on, not just myself. We've got Colin and Dave later on, as I said, 12:30. Then after that, we have got the In-Between show, I believe. Do you know, I've forgotten my list now. It's not a good day for me. Anyway, loads going on. And I know Colin will go through that whole list of what's going on. Remember, of course, Nat's got a thing on Friday. That's to do with her Dexterous Crafters YouTube channel. And I believe Lewis has also got an afternoon thing going on, although there are mid changes because he has got himself a new job. Eric, yeah, I know. Honestly, I am really, really terrible. And I get very, very conscious of the fact as well. So I try not to muddle people's names, but I know I do. Hey ho. So what have we got planned for today? Not a lot, is the honest truth. I'm going to go over what I've done with the Bulldog, our flower class Corvette in a 1/144th scale from Revell. I'm also going to go over the figure in which I printed that I've done a little bit of paintwork to. Put a little bit of panel liner on there to bring out some of the detail. And she's almost done, almost. And then I've got to crack on with the wings. What I am going to do, though, is to remind you that in this week, I promise I will do it today, probably at the end of the day, so late evening. But I'm going to put a poll up asking you what you want me to do on a Sunday morning, because I am very much aware of the fact I've been a little bit unorganized the last couple of weeks, and you've bared with me, so I'm really, really grateful, but I am very conscious of that. So one of the things in which I'm going to be popping up, for example, I've got some other bits and pieces from Yen Models in which I'd like to introduce you to, build and make something with it, like we did with the horse cart, of which is set up here. Not 100% finished, is the honest truth. I've done the helmet and the weapons, but I've not painted them, so I've still got to finish that. So that I hopefully will get finished this week, because I want Yen to have some nice pictures of the work that's been done for him to put up on his Facebook page. So we've got that. We've got some foliage, I think was another option as well. Different types of foliage in PE form and in paper form, which I thought we might do sort of like a live review stroke makeup. So your thoughts on that. But then obviously that I'm sure you've got other questions or thoughts in which you maybe would like to stitch me up with. like me to see me do. So I will be putting that poll up this week. So please, can you get involved with that? That's that. One other thing I want to go and do is I want to pop over to our Facebook page. Let's do that now while I'm thinking of it. He says, click a few buttons, and there we go. So this is the Model Officers Mess Facebook page. And as you can see, we are in our last group build for this year. It is the Sea Warfare group build. Let me do that while I'm thinking of it. Sorry. Don't need to see my face, do you? So, yeah, all the information is there in the announcements right at the top. But if I go into see all, hopefully, if I've been up to date. So, yeah, we've got the Sea Warfare one. It's pinned at the top. So if you want to get involved, follow the instructions. It's all there. And he says, there it is. I've had a couple of questions about this over the last couple of days. The Christmas family group build. Now, the idea behind this is that we're going to do a 72 group build. Sounds like a bit of a bad, so don't panic. With the world being on fire and we're not really knowing what we're going to be doing for Christmas, what I thought was we'll get in early, and I would suggest to you that if you can, why don't you involve your family, your little bubble, for want of a phrase, that's you're going to be spending Christmas with, to make a model of some description. Now, we've opened it completely up, so it's not just kits, We're talking diamond art, we're talking Lego, we're talking anything that involves putting stuff together to make something. So I'm hoping those of you that got young children can participate and get involved in. I don't want to set the challenge to the bar too high, if you know what I mean. So it's open to snap kits. It's open to anything at all. All I would ask is that you start with a kit that's not or something that's not started, and you start from the beginning and get involved. Put a picture up of what you're going to use, who's going to be doing that, some progress pictures, and then there'll be a reveal album as well. So just for a bit of fun. And the idea is to try and get as many as your family members involved. So of any age, from one extreme to the other, we'd like to get you involved in that. So now what we plan to do, which we haven't finalized yet, is we plan to do a couple of hours of this sort of show that will be in the daytime and at night time. The reason for the two is because in the daytime, what I'd really like to do, which I'm very nervous about, but hopefully it'll be fine. We're going to get the children, the younger generation, involved. So, for example, I know I'm going to, if I haven't asked them already, I'm pretty certain I have. For example, Lewis and Nat, we're going to try and get their two little ones involved. And we're going to do a live stream with them, God help us. They do say never work with children and animals, but, it's all about involving and inspiring, isn't it? So we will try our best. We haven't got a format set right now, but that's the plan, is that we're going to have a younger element in the daytime, and then in the evening we're going to have a more adult element. So just to pre-warn you, obviously with that as a precursor, the daytime one will be best behavior, and the evening one I think might involve a little tipple or two and a more adult environment, I think would be the polite way of putting it. That's not not to invite anything, but you know what I mean. Excuse me. So yeah, that's the plan. It's still work in progress. We haven't got it all nailed down. What I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping in the evening we can make it a little bit longer, maybe. And we'll throw in some games and other bits and pieces to make it just a little bit more of a nightmare to put together. But I haven't actually sat down and worked out the format per se. But what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to involve as many of the admins as possible, because it'd be nice to get them on here. And also, I'm sure I'm going to be able to collar my good friends that I did Saturday Crash with part of the way through that too as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So it starts on Boxing Day, and then 72 hours later. I'm not going to be overly on top of the times per se, because it is just for fun, and it is just a little bit of Christmas spirit, shall we say. So that's coming up. Make sure you get involved with that. Let's stop doing that, and we're back. There we go. So thank you very much. The more of you get involved, the more fun it will be. Will there be prizes? Who knows? We may even get a sponsor by then. Who knows? 20 people watching. Thank you for being with me. And I have got to the point where my chat has frozen. Woohoo! Technology, we love it. And I can't do anything about that at all, can I? Excuse me while I just have a little fiddle. That sounds so wrong, doesn't it? Yep, my chat has frozen. Damn it. Right, bear with me a second while I go to my backup. Talk about yourselves. Not too much, though, because I won't be able to catch up with it otherwise. So, yeah, so that's what's coming up. Obviously, we've got our diorama group build that finishes in a couple of months' time as well. Don't forget to get your up-to-date pictures, etc., on the mess in the correct albums, etc., etc. And yeah, that's where we are with the mess. Running up to 21 minutes past 11. So a lot of waffle from me. Thank you for sticking with me. Right, so I can't show you messages, which is a real shame. But for some reason, oh, hang on, there we go. Oh, it's caught up with me. Whew. Let's have a look, go over to the messages and see what's going on. So Mark's just saying there, you wish you could get Adam involved, but he's got no interest. I might try to get set up for this. We'll be able to join in live. Yeah, that'd be wonderful, Mark, if you could. And just remember, like I say, it's open to anything at all. So, you know, maybe your family members aren't into plastic models. You know, a lot of people's family aren't. You know, they sort of look at you, think you're weird. You know, it's not unusual, but they like Lego. Or maybe Lego was something they really enjoyed as a kid, but haven't done anything with it since. So maybe it's a little idea of a little present that you might want to buy them. Why not? You can get a little Lego kit, taking 10 minutes to do. It won't take long, will it? Depends how mad you want to go on it. But yeah, it would be great to get as many people involved as possible. Dave Skelly saying there, Frozen Chat, in my vast experience as an IT consultant, I recommend hitting the keyboard hard and swearing at the screen. Yes, generally that would be my that would be my approach as well. 100%. It works every time. Either that I could take the drastic action and just turn it off, but then you'd lose my lovely face. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, we're up to date with it now anyway. So let's have a quick look. Lewis is saying, I want to see you build a 1/35th paper battleship. Good, yeah, good idea. Not going to happen, but it's a good idea. Mark's just saying that'll be fun. Kids make it fun. Yes. Yeah, well, that's the idea. You know, I promised, if I'm honest, part of this comes down to it's Lewis's fault, Lewis and Nat. I promised Connor and his sister, I can't remember the name, how bad is that? I promised them that I'd get them involved in somehow, and it just popped into my head as I thought was a good little way of doing it, really. We will get them to visit one day, and Connor can read the chat as I'm modeling, but we haven't organized that. But I have promised Connor at some point we will do that. But we will, I promise. I always stick to my promises. So yeah, that's all part of the fun. We'll see. Nat's just saying there, I can see my diamond art being involved in the Christmas build. Absolutely. Yeah, one thing I would say, remind you, is within the Christmas build, I would like whatever you make to have a winter theme. There is a theme to it. As I said, I'm not going to be super on it with that. And yes, Lewis, it's Paige, quite right. But if there is a prize, the theme side of it will count definitely towards that. And winter can be anything at all that's you continuously link to winter. So it really is way out there, way out, open to anything and everything. I mean, you can have a figure with the name Winter. You can have snow scenes. You can anything you can tentatively link to winter, and you're on the ball. So there you go. 19 people watching, as I say, and just coming up to 11:30. So thank you. Okay, so let's go and head over to the bench and see what little I have been doing. Remember to do the back screen this time so it doesn't play with the camera too much. Okay, so we'll head straight over to the figure that I printed and that we have painted up. All I've literally done with this is I have painted it with model color paints, various different types, and we have put over it some Panel-Line wash to bring out some of the detail in her. She's sort of drying at the moment, if I'm honest, because I literally only just finished doing that, but that's almost done. So what we do have to do is I will have to tackle the wings to her next, and it's the bit if I'm completely honest, is the bit I've been putting off. So yes, so we've got that to do very soon, and then I'll have to start thinking about the base as well, because there's going to be a bit of a funky base going on. Over to the Corvette, and as you can see, the Corvette is nice and shiny because I glossed it. And one thing I must say to you, apology actually, is yes, last week I tried to show you the effect of using oil to bring out some of the detail, which you can see on this side. I wasn't very happy with what I'd done, and it wasn't until Monday that I suddenly realised the reason I wasn't very happy with it was because I hadn't glossed what I'd done before I put the oil paints on. So the putting dots of oil oil paint and dragging it back and reducing it through, in this case it's it's a water-based oil paint, so we're using the water to drag it through, etc. Didn't work very well because I hadn't got the surface correct, so I apologize for that, but we have now glossed it. I haven't done anything per se to the back here, got a few bits to add on, but what I was going to concentrate on today was my wood at the front. So as you can see, as you can see, there's two different colors. The reason for this, which I'm going to show you how I've achieved that in a minute, is I've put a base coat down of natural wood, so it's quite a light color. Gone over it with a bit of burnt umber, which has brought this difference in colors out. Now on this side, what I've done is I've added a little bit of burnt umber in oil, and dragged it across, which I'll show you again in a minute how I did it. And then once I've done that, once I've used a little bit of the Tamiya panel line accent color to hopefully bring out the panels a little bit more. Now this isn't this is raised detail, so it's never going to be that great, but I think it looks a lot better this side now. I'm happier with this side, so I'm going to show you how I did that on the half that I've left in a minute. On the back of our vessel, we have done a little bit here on this side, as you can see. Oh, is that better? No, that's not better, is it? That way will be better, James. There you go. So as you can see on the back hole here, this is where we've done our oil work last week. I've gone over it with a little bit of accent color as well to bring out a bit more detail, but I'm not super happy with it. I've got to be honest. It looks a little bit like I fudged it, so I will be playing with that a little bit more at a later date. We've obviously got our detail of our depth charges, etc. in place. Gone over that with a little bit of the panel line as well to bring out some of the bits and pieces. I'm letting that dry, and I will be going over it with a cotton bud of some description and trying to take off a little bit of the excess in a bit. So that is where we're up to. Obviously, we would be then on to our next deck, which is this part here. We've got some of the bits and pieces on there now. I've got a little bit of painting to do here on our gun emplacement, and a little bit of touch up some bits and pieces. And then what I will do is I will gloss that, remembering to gloss that, and I will go over it to bring out the detail, etc. as a module. And this will be pretty much complete when we will stick it into place onto our model, like so, and that's where that sits. So we're chugging along with our build, not at a super pace because obviously I've not done an awful lot. So there we go. We'll just check the chat, shall we? Obviously, yeah, we got to that point where Lewis reminded me Paige, and Paige will be devastated because I've forgotten her name, so I do apologise. And he's just reminding me that I made him wake her up last night, and I can't even remember her name. I know. Well, I didn't actually ask her to wake her up. I told you not to, but let's not go there. Quite a man just saying, I hope your wood is in the front. Yes, it is in the front. And Skullfish is saying, oiling your wood. Yes. Yes. Always good to oil your wood. Let's not go there. It's too early in the morning and my brain isn't working quite yet. So, yes, hopefully that's not too much glare on there for you. And we will do this last section in a second when I've done my camera angle and got myself 100% correct. I'm ready. So what are you working on today? I've not seen anybody tell me what you're doing. So does that mean you're all sitting there and chilling out? We've lost a couple of people. We're now down to 17 people. I'm sorry to see that, but I'm sure you can always catch up on the replay. So yeah, post up what you're working on. My coffee's run out. That's bad. My assistant isn't here to help me either. That's even worse. Okay, so we will have a little play. So, like I said, on this section here, right here, is the base colors only. Okay, so the base colors being burnt umber, which is dry brushed on. I'm trying to get it so it's not too shiny. There we go. This bit here. We have used, what did we use now? Let's remind myself. It would be a model color. A model color. Yes, that's right, wasn't it? Which was, oh, I've lost my color. Where's my color gone? It wasn't that. Bear with me. Oh, natural wood, I think it is, but I can't think of what the number is. What a silly Billy I am. Super organized, super on the ball. Oh, there we go. It's natural wood, and it's this one here, model color, and it is 834 model color natural wood. So you can see it's quite a yellowy color. That's what we used, and then we dry brushed a bit of burnt umber on top. So what we're going to do now is, off to my side here, I have got oil paints on a bit of card. All prepared. We're going to use a toothpick and pick up a little bit of the said oil color on said toothpick, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to dab a little bit here and there. Not too much. Can always add more. Now, like I say, this is Winsor and Newton artisan paints, artisan paints, burnt umber, and it's water based. So literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet my brush and I'm going to pull this back. Now I'm going to have to move this so I can see what I'm doing. I might need to put a little bit more on, I think. Yes, a little bit more. More dabs, didn't we, really? I've been very tight with it. So as you can see, we're going to just bring this very gently, bring the burnt umber into play. And it is a water-based oil paint, which is a little bit easier on the nostrils because obviously you've not got that white spirit sort of smell to it. A little bit more. And remember, when you're doing this sort of thing, you can put too much on, but it's not a problem. You just take it back off. Just slowly, take your time. Take your time and work that in, like so. And for some reason, oh, well, that's done that. Right, better. And when you're adding water to your brush, have a piece of paper next to it, put a kitchen roll next to it, and take off the excess paint, so you're not just reapplying it. And of course, I've taken it straight off there on that area, that's quite annoying. Why is it doing that? Oh. So yeah, just gonna drag that down like so, and that's all. It's as simple as that. So that's what we've done. We've brought that out. Now, give it a little bit of time to dry, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use a little bit of the panel line accent that we've got here, a little bit of black. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to very lightly. Oh, didn't want to do that, but then I can get that off in a second. Let's tidy that up before we go any further. A bit of cotton bud. And where we didn't want it, we can take that off. Now I've loaded the brush up quite a lot here on purpose, because I'm going to drag it down, because it's raised detail. Now, if this obviously wasn't raised, the way to use this would be to literally just touch the brush with the panel line on, and it should run nicely down the area you want it to be. Excuse me, sorry. I've got a frog in my throat. Wife will be upset. Don't like frogs. So just give it a nice covering all over. Like so. So it'll be quite, like I say, don't be scared of it. Plenty on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some off in a second. Now, most school of thought would be to leave it on, let it dry, and then take the excess off. But that's not how I roll. So what I'm going to do with a cotton bud, very, very, very lightly, I'm just going to place it on the deck and let the cotton bud pick up the excess of it. Not that there's that much there, to be honest, to take up. And then what I'll do is I've got these pointy cotton buds, and I'm going to use that to go over the areas in which I don't want the wash. So we can wet the end in some water or in an area that is moist, like your mouth. No others places, please, Lewis. Thank you. And we just run over the areas we want to pick out, or take away rather, that wash effect. Now what we'll do is we're going to do this last little bit in the middle here. I'll run that back over there, I think, because we took too much off. so. So while we're here, what we will do is we'll pick out a little detail on the front, on the bow of our Corvette, and hopefully the glossing work I did is sufficient. It's not, of course. There you go, a little bit of capillary action, which should just roll down the area we want it to be. And the end there, I am going to leave this to dry before I take the excess off. There we go. So there you go. That's our finished wooden effect on our Flower Class Corvette. I turn it so there isn't quite so much of a shine, which could be any way you like, but the way I want it. There you go. So there you go. That's how I've done my wood. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Connorman saying, "I'm sorry, I just cannot bed, and I heard this." Oh, okay. Selfish, just show us how you would, James. Yes, well, yeah, got to put a smile on there. Lewis is saying he's just finished spraying the final wing of the Lank and editing the video that I filmed during the crash last night, whilst waiting on Nat's hand and foot and dealing with the kids. Can't see why Nat moans it's easy. Sounds like you can have a holiday, Nat. That's really good. Johnny Burton saying, I was working on the 148 Airspeed Oxford for Eric, mate. But as he passed away yesterday, not sure what to do now. Once dust has settled, I will see if the family want it. If not, we'll stay with me. Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that. One of the veterans that Johnny was doing some work for has passed away, unfortunately. So condolences to the family and to John. It's come as a little bit of a shock. And yeah. Sorry to hear that. Man's in the house saying good morning all. Good morning, Man. Nice to see you there. Dave's just saying, I'm not sure what you mean by raised detail. Can you explain? Yes. So on this particular piece, in a model where you've got wooden planks, the detail that shows the division between each plank sometimes is recessed or raised. And in this occasion, it's raised. So instead of having a groove in which you can allow your panel line accent color to run down, you've actually got a little bit of plastic sitting up above the surface, and you have to get it to run down that instead. So that's the difference. It's the detail of the planks is above the actual surface, not inside the surface, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean by raised detail. You sometimes find on some models that the panel lines are raised instead of being recessed, because it's an easier way of making the model. I think some of the older kits were full of raised detail panel lines instead of having a groove where the panel line would be, where the joints are. It's not super difficult. I mean, in theory, if you really wanted to be quite anal about it, you could sand that down to a flat base and then reintroduce the panel lines of each plank of wood engraving, if you like, the groove. But that's a lot of work, and the actual detail itself, it's not. I wouldn't say it's particularly worth doing. You can get an upgrade set for this particular kit, which is PE and wooden bits and all that sort of stuff. But it's not something I've invested in. And you also find the smaller the detail, so the smaller object or scale, the more likelihood is that you're going to have a raised panel line or a joint line or something to that effect. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. Thank you for the question. It was really, really good question, though. I'm glad you asked. Mark's just saying to Johnny that his late father flew Oxfords and Austens in the war in South Africa. Interesting. And he still has the logbooks. So yeah, that would be quite cool. So if you've got any reference pictures and stuff like that, we could add to that. That would be really quite nice. Maybe something to do in his memory, Johnny. Yeah, that'd be cool. We got Facebook user, which is Stuart Bremer, saying, good morning, watching from work. Yeah, I've got to go to work soon myself. Why did I say I would do it? And Mark's just saying, any pictures for your work on the Oxford Johnny? Yeah, hopefully there'll be some up in the Model Officers Mess. Johnny's quite good at throwing up pictures. And he's also saying he has both planes in the stash in 148th. Cool. Barbaros model is saying he's working today on my Berlin Dio involving Voxstrom preparing defenses for the arrival of the Russians. Cool. And Quanaman just saying he needs 69 gallon of coffee to retake human form. Yes, well, I think we're all very much in that situation. I know I certainly am. I need plenty of coffee. And Stuart's saying hello again. He's obviously gone onto his YouTube channel now instead of being on Facebook. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. And Dave's just saying Barbaros models sounds interesting. Any work in progress pictures? Yes, I hope so. Well, that's a good segue, Dave. I'm glad you said that. So over on the Model Officers Mess, there is a post for yesterday, for Saturday, sponsored by the Saturday Crash. If you want to pop some pictures of your work in progress in there now, we will in 10 minutes time have a quick look at it and go and see what you're up to. Why not, eh? So yeah, do that. It's not something I normally do, but you might. Let's do it. Let's have a look. See what you're up to. So there you go. Facebook page, Model Officers Mess, and you can pop in there and add your work in progress pictures to the Saturday's post of what's on your bench. So yes, so there we go. We've done that bit. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. I don't want to go any further with it right now. It just popped into my head what I was going to say, then I've forgotten already. What am I like? Sign of old age, that, isn't it? Really? Can't remember what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Oh, rat bags. That's annoying. Doesn't matter. It'll come back to me, I'm sure, at some point. Probably tomorrow once it's all finished. Yeah, so okay, so what can we do next? Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to do. See, this is what happens when you don't script things and you don't quite know what you're doing, you get a little bit confused. And at my age, that's not hard. Not hard at all. Barbara Russell saying, yes, Dave. Yes, Dave. Yes, mate. Posted yesterday on the bench updates. There we go. So yes, definitely. Good. We like that. While we're on that sort of subject, if you're doing a build, of something in which you you're trying out a new technique or something like that, or it's a building which you can show progressive techniques, make an album up, make people aware that's what you're going to do, and put work in progress up, and we can follow you learning those new techniques. So one of the other things in which I was thinking of trying was making buildings from card. A very clever man, very clever modeler, has been building a Paris rest scene, and all of the buildings have been made from card. I had a chat with him. I'm really inspired by what he's been doing, and I might try and give that a go. So maybe that's something we could do on a Sunday. Maybe I could make a section up and say, this is what we're going to do, and I'll show you how I replicate it. Excuse me 1 second. I just got to put the duck out. Yes, so we'll do that, and I'll put that up on the Model Officers Mess as a poll. So, and now I've got crickets. It's not like I do this every week, is it? Who would know? Johnny Bernstein, oh well, Mark, that's something. I will post a few pictures up soon. Eric served with the Royal Welsh Fusiliers during World War II, and then in 46 went over to the RAF in my local RAF, Woodford. Yeah, it was a very interesting person indeed. Conroe Junction saying good morning, guys. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. And Quano Studios is just saying, don't forget to press the like button. Helps to super glue dry faster. Yes, it does. You're right. You're absolutely right. On that note, let us go over. I'm giving you enough time. Let's go over and have a look, shall we? And see the work in progress for Saturday. So we're back on the Model Officers Mess page. I was just going to clunk a few buttons as my director has told. Oh, no, I didn't need to do that. Oh, that's something new. As my director's taken the day off, so like I've got a director. Yeah, right. Chris Medlin's post there of his build. That's our cover, and that will be changing today at the end of the day, because we post up a best build Tuesday, last Tuesday of every month, and we pick some pictures out, or the admins pick pictures out of what they think are the best builds, and that will be changing today. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for the post as well, because that's coming up next Tuesday. So let's have a quick look through the Facebook page. We've got Thomas there with his 148th Hasegawa SH3H Sea King is now complete. And I'm going to look at this because I've not looked at it before, but I have been watching it, and it's super build. Look at that. Phenomenal. I so love that picture. So much like that, what he's done there. Beautiful. Well done, Thomas. Cracking build, mate. Very, very nice. Cool. There we go. I'll wait for the computer to wake up. There we go. So that's Thomas's work. Excellent job. Brad's going through his ICM Model T armored car. Well done, Brad. That's looking superb. Shall I go through these? Let me go down to see if I can find the post for Saturday. I haven't done it yet. So, John Ludgreen is venturing into the. Oh, really? Oh, I see. He's venturing into a new project there. If that's what I think it is, that's very nice. Is that a Dauntless? I think it's a Dauntless. One of my favourite planes. And obviously, if you are new to us, what we will do is we'll add you in to the group. Just a couple of questions you need to answer first. But then when we do that, we all say hello because we're all nice like that. Mark Ewing's tank. And I am taking a little bit of time to find my post here. There we go. That's Friday's post, James. Did the post go up yesterday? It should have. Maybe I didn't. Oh. Archie's saying, should I do an inbox review of my Churchill Mark 6 tank from AFF Club? And I think that's a resounding 11 vote yes. And I agree with that too. Yes, please, Archie. That'd be lovely. Where's my... Oh... Please tell me I put my post up on Saturday. I'm sure I did. Let me have a look. I'll show you how to look for certain posts. So click on the button there, the little magnifying glass, and I will put my name in. And that should list all the posts with my name. So we've got the Saturday Parade, yes. The weekend is here. There you go. So yes, just be aware that obviously when people interact with a post, they do change the order in which they were posted. So it's quite easy to make a mistake and put a comment in a post, especially the what's on your bench post, on the wrong day, and then we miss it. I do try and close them off after 24 hours, but I don't always remember to do it. But anyway, this is this week's Saturday's What's on Your Bench, sponsored by Saturday Night Crash Live. And the first one off is Eric, just finished detailing his Mark 9 Spitfire, entering the home stretch now. That's very nice. Cool work. I like that. Well done, Eric. I've noticed over on the Facebook page that Ron has joined us this morning. So good morning, James. A bit late. That's right. Don't worry. No big deal. And now what's going on? Come on. Thank you. That's right, mate. No worries. Nice that you could join us. And of course, that's Thomas's Seeking that we were just looking at. This is what I saw yesterday. He's obviously still got his masking tape on his windows there. Finish the paintwork itself. Very nice. I did have one of those, but I sold it because it's something I can pick up at another time. But yes, very nice. I love the Seeking. And from Ian, my computer is taking its time. Come on. Festus Workshop's joined us saying hi, James. Hi, Colin. Hope you're well. Are you all ready for your show today? Oh, this is taking forever, isn't it? I think I know the reason it's taking its time is because I'm trying to ask it to do too much as per usual. Come on, wakey, wakey. This is why I don't generally do this, to be honest. There we go. This is Ian's build. Interesting. Yes, I'm liking that. A lot going on in there, isn't there? Liking that a lot. Poor German soldier there. Expired. Clearly our victors walking through after a battle. Just the British to paint. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. And a nice idea as well. I like what he'd done with the truck there too. it's really good to think outside the box, you know, when you're doing a diorama. I've seen one just recently, which is a Stuka. Oh, come on, don't be silly. Stuka that the gentleman is building 2 halves to create a diorama. Very clever idea. Right, and now we're on to Simon Gillard. This is his Berlin diorama. Nice. That's very cool. I like that. And again, a very nice idea, something different. Nice, I like that. I'm assuming, Simon, that house is a kit of some description, is it? Or have you scratch built that? Interesting to know. It's pretty cool though. Excuse me. We got David with his 1/200th Type 9 Trumpeter submarine. Very nice. Nice work that, David. Some lovely detail on that. He's also got a Bronco 1/200th Yan. Very different. Cool. I like that. Dave's a very prolific modeler. And this is his Airfix 1/72 Angel. I do like that. Funky airplane, jet, rocket, whatever. And he's saying that he's got some paint on his Bofors. This is the Valerio equivalent of Humbrol 93, but it seems a bit orange to me. That's right. When you start doing your fading and all that sort of stuff and washes, it'll come down. Don't worry. You tend to find, I tend to find when I use my model color paints that things are quite vibrant and seem quite dark. But once you start adding the final stages, shall we say, it does tone it all down. And it makes a remarkable difference, I've got to be honest. So quite often it's good to go a bit lighter. And this is a chap from ICM. Nice. I like that face work on there, Andy. That's really, really good. That's 1/35th, I believe. Really good. Like that a lot. Oh, that's what it is. Oh. It's the 1/32 Dauntless. Yes, now that is a kit I wanted to get hold of. Very much nearly snapped one up not that long ago, and someone beat me to it, unfortunately. Beautiful airplane, and that's going to be absolutely superb. Looking forward to seeing what you do with that. That is on my list of wants. Johnny Burton's Oxford in 1/48th. Nice start there. Well done, Johnny. Paulio with his Stuka in 1/48th scale. Cool. Good progress. And Lewis with his 1:1 Stanner truck, holding up his Fury 1/35th. Been doing some weathering in the truck when he's got a spare moment at all. And it does look, he said he's not entirely happy with it, but I think he's done a really good job there. What do you think? I think so. I think you should be quite proud of that, Lewis. Nice. I do like the front of what you've done there. Very nice. And I think that's it. So that's it. That is our what's on the bench for Saturday. And there you go. Well done, everybody. Quanaman just saying there he likes the Captain Scarlet jet thingy. Yes, very nice. And Bob Ross Models is just saying, yes, James, the Berlin house is a plaster kit from Grego Design from Germany. Just 3 parts, including the base. Really nice piece. Ah, okay. Yeah, when I was saying that, I did think to myself it wasn't a plastic one. But yeah, it looks really, really nice. Really nice. So there you go. So we are at the point where you see this ugly mug again, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Yeah, so unfortunately, the phone call that disturbed me is from my work, and I do have to avail myself from here to there. So it's going to be a short one today. I'm very sorry. I think what we're going to do next week, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make a building from card. Let's do something different. Doing the boat is a bit difficult with the camera setup I've got. And I value the fact that there's 20 people watching, you taking time out of your Sunday to watch me and watch me ramble on. So I do want to do something effective and efficient for you. So that's what we're going to try and do. Ron just commenting there that scary. Yes, this is scary. And, obviously I should have a mask on. Not for health reasons, just purely to try and cover it up. Anyway. Yes, so I'm going to wrap up now. Thank you very much for being with me. Don't go too far from YouTube. Remember, Colin's on in 20 minutes. So you've got time to go and grab yourself a cup of coffee and any late breakfast, etc., or dinner. And you have a great Sunday. Until next Sunday, not that yet. But remember, Saturday we do have our show, the Saturday Night Crash, which will be on the Model Officers YouTube channel this week. It's my turn to host, and watch out for the fun games and stuff coming along. But until next Sunday, ta-ra all.